same way for like the first 5 years of school because I couldn't find it. And then when I was unpacking it, it was in a jacket
Oh,
pocket.
you've had this for years?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
mine's
and
7
it's not
years
even
old
in a
now,
plastic
you can
case.
barely...
It's not even in a plastic case.
I don't know why I'm always nervous walking in
Really?
all of them sitting there. I don't know.
I have 4. I have 4 names. One was already on the team last year as a 7th grader.
Yeah, you
And he was a starter. So we just have to, I'm going to do him, take care of him first.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
How are you?
Come on, John.
Peter.
Nice to meet you.
How are you? I want to first apologize for my son. That's what I want to start.
Well, that's very kind of you, but it would be more meaningful if he apologized for his own behavior.
I agree.
Rather
That's
than
why
you.
I'm here. So, where do we want to start, Peter?
I don't know. Listen, all we want to see is, we want to see you as a young man mature.
Okay.
We want to see you mature and grow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And so you haven't shown that you can do that yet this year. Okay? Because of all the incidents we've had. I'm not singling, it's not just you. And you know we know that.
Yeah.
You know that we know that. But when we see your table misbehave,
Okay.
we just randomly pick a couple of you to separate you to hopefully, to hope that changes what happens at the table.
Okay.
That's all we do. We punish you for a day or a couple days or 2 or a week, whatever it is, and then we let you sit back with your friends. Okay? So don't think we're singling you out. Okay? You had the water issue. You've had other issues with
Spitting water at
spitting
other
water
people.
with the water bottle and all this.
Yogurt into the table, ripping up bags into a million pieces and throwing them on the floor. We already
They
just said that.
established that it's not just you. But I don't care about anyone else. I care about you.
Okay.
And the biggest thing is when we go over to tell him to do something, it's no, I'm not doing it. I'm not
Well, when I
doing
get
it.
to
And
get out,
the
so.
security guard has had to come over and get him to move. If it's just me, he will not listen to me at all. So a security guard will have to come over, or a male teacher will have to come over and tell him to move to the other table, and then we're like, just sit here. If you sit here for 2
It's just-
days, you can go back and he'll get up and walk back to the other table, and then he'll go hide on the line. There was a time where they were sneaking out of the cafeteria and
Someone's
trying
speaking. Stop.
to go to other locations to get away from the cafeteria, or they would say, oh, fine, just send us all to ISS then, because they wanted to all go sit in ISS together. So the table itself is having a lot of issues.
It has its own dynamic, and we've had to separate them several times. Okay, and like we said before, we know it's not just Vito, but he's been getting in trouble more than the other boys. Okay, we've been witnessing his behavior, which is not what it should be in the cafeteria. All we want you to do is get your lunch, sit with your friends, have a good lunch, have some laughs, clean up after yourself, and then go to the next period. That's all we ask of any kid in the cafeteria. That's all we expect them to do. And, more often than not, it's...
I just wanna say-
99% of the time it's not me. So.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this, okay? You tried to overtalk and defend yourself. There is no defense here. This was the first time that we heard about this, then I would give you the benefit of the doubt. It's gotta be the 10th time I've heard about this. So if you're hanging out with kids that are getting you in trouble, if you're saying 99% of the time is not you, what are you hanging out with them for? And you know I love your friends. Why? You wanna just get in trouble? Guilty by
No.
association? So what are we gonna do to fix this? Well, you're gonna walk out of here and say, I hate everybody, it's everybody but you? That's what you say, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me.
But it's not me though.
Well, then maybe we should not have them in that lunch period. I don't know what to do, we're gonna change the whole, 5 people are gonna work on your schedule because you can't control yourself.
So I think the main issue, Vito, is not necessarily what you're doing at the table, but when you've been asked to move.
And that's where I was going with
In the recent times, in the last couple of weeks, you've given the teachers a hard time. You've said no, you've refused.
Why?
That's the issue. I mean, there are other things are the issues too, but if you didn't specifically,
Why?
bring the yogurt or rip the stuff, it doesn't matter who gets moved. The table gets separated, and that's up to the teachers. They
Why
can
would you
decide.
not listen?
Yeah, I'm the only one getting moved out of the whole table.
But you're not the only one getting
But I
moved.
am. I was one person getting moved.
So what?
Two
You were
No, wait,
one, he was
that's
one,
not the
yeah.
point.
He was only
That's-
by
it's-
himself one day
But that's
because
not the point. The
he wasn't
point-
listening.
But that's not the point. The point is if you're asked to do something, you do it.
Okay.
You don't run the school. When you're older and you become a principal or doctor, it's Vito Alamia, and you run the school, you run it the way you want it. You're 15 years old.
Okay.
You need to listen to the authority around you. So I don't know, now do we need to have consequences at home? Is this conversation enough?
Yes.
It's not me. I came in and apologized because I'm embarrassed for you. You're a good kid. One thing that you know, you can't be disrespectful. So now, are they owed an apology?
I'm sorry for being disrespectful.
And if you're asked to do something,
Uh,
it doesn't matter if it's you.
I will do it.
I guess?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Well, I don't understand.
But when I'm getting cleared up, just me, for 4 days and I have to go, then why would I go?
You were not singled out because Luke was with you for a whole entire week, but
And then
Luke at the beginning of the period would get up by himself, come straight to the table, sit there the whole entire period, and every day Vito we'd have to go get him, to be like, get up
But I
from the
still
table
went.
and go, we shouldn't have to go get you from the table that we're separating you from to have you sit somewhere else. So then we told him, every time we have to go and get you, to sit you over here, it's gonna add a day on to you being separated from your friends. So
This
there
is
was a couple of
insanity.
days,
How
yeah.
old are you, 5?
Well, it is insanity when we have a cafeteria of
It's
100
like,
and something kids.
totally unnecessary.
It is.
Totally
I mean, like-
unnecessary. All he had to do
How
was,
many kids
when he
are in the
came into the
cafeteria?
lunchroom, get your lunch,
150?
Yeah.
get your lunch and sit at the table in the front with us. And that's what Luke was doing. Luke was doing that. Okay, for the week that we gave them the punishment, he would sit with his original group
And wait
at
to be
this
called to come
here,
in.
here are the tables. One here, one here, on the other side of the room. He would sit here with his friends, and he would wait for us to remind him, get up and get your stuff and get your lunch and sit at the table
then he would-
right in front of us.
Well, I
by the-
understand it, but it's not like I was there for half the period.
doesn't
I was
matter.
there for
It doesn't matter.
5 minutes.
What is
No,
the
it's not 5
difference?
minutes.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. What?
It doesn't have to be 5 minutes.
Okay, so
It's
I'm
5
letting
seconds.
you get this out of your head and off your tongue. So it does matter. You know why? Because you're not supposed to be there. So are you forgetting things? Do I need to put you to bed at 8 o'clock at night
No.
to get more sleep? Because maybe you're forgetting and it's my fault as a parent. I'm not making you get enough sleep. Like, do you realize how insane this is?
Yeah.
They took the time away from what they needed to do. I had to stop work and come here. You're not 5.
This is like, okay.
This was like what? Why is
Yeah.
everything an excuse and a debate all of a sudden? What is it that you don't like about the cafeteria? That this is a debate? Be honest.
That I get moved, and most of the time it's me and one other person, and 3 other people get to stay at the table.
Well, there's 5 of you, so there has to be 3 and 2.
Okay, but like 90% of the time I'm moved, so.
Everyone at that table has been moved. at some
You
point.
don't
Yeah.
need to defend yourself. I promise you
Yeah.
that. But you're asking a question, and we're giving. Somebody has to be moved. Would it be better that you sit with somebody else and
No.
not your friends?
No.
Do you think we accomplished anything with this?
You know?
So I'll deal with it at home. If you don't feel that we
Well,
accomplished anything, then
it
that's
hasn't
fine. We
happened
gave you
in a
an
week.
It hasn't
Yeah.
happened all week. I got a full this week. Oh no, it did. I was
That was
last
last
week. How's he been this week? Please be honest.
They've been okay this week, yeah. They've been okay.
So we've got 2 more days this week.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But
you
we've
can-
seen this before, so
Yeah.
there is a concern, like,
Yes.
they'll
Of
go
course
a
there's a
week,
concern.
and then the next week
they'll
it's like,
come back,
we're like,
right?
oh, they did so well, and as soon as that comes out of our mouth, then
You can be
something
the one,
happens.
after this meeting, you can be the one to tell your friends, stop acting like that. You don't have to encourage the bag popping, the water throwing, the paper ripping. Cause you know when that happens, and all of you know you're gonna be separated. So if you're in fear that you're the one that's gonna be moved, then try to encourage your friends to not do things so you have to be separated. And if you do get asked to move, there shouldn't be an issue. Whether you feel it's warranted or not, you're choosing to sit yourself around people that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing in the lunchroom, whether you're doing it or not. And that's just the way it is. And I know that you're not the one that's always moved. I've seen you at the table and other students at the table in the front. I'm in there almost every day.
I feel bad that you even have to, please,
No,
don't.
it's just, you know,
Don't,
he can,
like, this is
right,
crazy.
but he could help the situation.
He's not gonna help the situation,
by
and he's
trying
gonna
to
continue
dissuade your
to,
friends.
encourage, I think, because you said nothing got accomplished.
Well, I
Just
mean,
be honest.
something has, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Do you think this is like the silliest meeting in the whole wide world?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, we do too. We're lunch duty.
Right.
And
Yeah, I
high
mean, he's
school,
not even on my roster.
I was in
This
the
is
middle
true.
school for 5 years,
And it
and
was
we didn't
easy.
have
Never-
as many
I've-
issues
yeah,
as
never.
we do in this
Right.
lunch period. So it does seem silly, but it's a simple fix. It's just acting like we're 10th graders. You know, you guys aren't even 9th graders. You've been here for a year already.
I don't think I should be the only one. If
You're not the
everyone
only
else-
one.
No, if I'm the only one getting talked to.
Well, that
Well,
was your
that
dad's
was
request.
mine.
No, I know, but I'm
Yep.
just saying.
So should I call?
No,
I'll call everybody's
no, I'm
friends.
just saying.
I'll call Christian's mom.
No.
I'll call Luke, and I'll say Vito.
No, I'm
Field.
just saying.
I'm just saying. I don't care about them.
Well, but
I'll
to
call-
change,
listen, I'll call
to
Jack's
change the
mom and dad.
situation,
I'll call everybody.
I'm not gonna be the only one to change it like everyone else.
Has to do something.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Or
Correct.
you have to associate yourself with other people. So that's on you. You can talk to your friends like, hey, look, I have to have a meeting, and I don't want to have another meeting. If they're your friends, well, tell them not to do silly things in the lunchroom,
Okay.
right?
And
that'll-
I could almost deal with the silly things. What I can't deal with is the disrespect when someone asks you to do something and you feel justified in doing what you want to do. People are taking the
And
time.
really, that's the biggest issue.
That is the
because
issue.
If we went over it a lot of times in the beginning, it was your table's a mess, clean it up, and not just Vito, but other kids would, well, why do we'll do it at the end of the period? Why now? But
Right, it's just the talking
because
back,
you've
and
shown
it's
that
not-
we're
right.
not doing it consistently. So,
So
and then
that's-
we do give them space. We're not hanging out by their tables like over their shoulders. We give them the space to, you know.
That's-
Shouldn't be with their friends.
That's the thing. You need to decompress. They give you lunch. Have fun. Just don't be disrespectful.
Yes.
And that's the thing here. Nobody's saying you can't have fun and laugh, but if someone asks you to do something, and then in this meeting you say, I don't really think we accomplished anything, we'll get that straight if you want, but I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, I don't know why, and come meet everybody, but please. Somebody asks you to do something?
I will do it.
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry.
All right. Ready, Vito?
Thank you.
Thanks,
For
Vito.
coming in.
You're welcome. Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Thank you.
Sorry
Nice to meet
again. Nice to
Have a
meet
good day,
you.
Vito.
All right.